Dolphins fans, things are getting real down here in Miami. The air's heavy, full of tension and plot twists. We've got deep reflections from a star who once called Miami home, quarterback shuffle that could shake up the AFC East, and front office decisions that might completely reshape this franchise. In the middle of all that, there's doubt, hope, and maybe even a touch of redemption. Are we witnessing the start of a new era? Or is this the biggest red flag yet? Buckle up, drop a like, and let's dive right into the news. You know that player who shows up with sky-high expectations, but leaves behind more questions than highlights? Yeah, Odell Beckham Jr. was that guy in Miami. His short stay left turbulence in its wake. And now, months after leaving, OBJ finally opened up about how that chapter affected not just his career, but his state of mind. What he plans to do next might shock half the league. On the Pivot podcast, Beckham didn't hold back. He talked about resentment, about walking into the facility feeling drained, and about the scars that time left behind. It was a blessing, but it turned into poison, he said, describing what sounded like a silent mental battle. Remember when we thought he'd bring veteran spark to Miami's explosive offense? Behind the scenes, he was fighting something much heavier, missing time with his kid, and questioning whether football still had purpose for him. And let's be real, the numbers never matched the hype. 9 catches, 55 yards, and not a single flash of his old Pro Bowl form. In and out of the injury list, losing reps just as he seemed ready to go. December came, and with it, the inevitable: he was cut. No one was really shocked, but now, disconnected from the team, Beckham dropped a bomb that reignited the debate about how Miami's locker room handles internal pressure and big personalities. Then came the league suspension: 6 weeks for violating the performance policy, PEEs, elevated testosterone levels. Beckham was furious, saying, "I never cheated the system." Even after accepting the ruling, he swore he's not retiring. Here's the twist: he wants back this season, but not in a Dolphins uniform. Among his dream destinations, he mentioned the Rams, Giants, Chiefs, and Steelers. It sounds random, but there's logic there. He wants a veteran quarterback and a system that actually uses him. And that, Dolphins fans, is telling. Maybe our offensive stability isn't as solid as we thought, because if a player like OBJ felt the environment turn toxic, could that point to something deeper? Is our win-now culture pushing away talent that needs time to adapt? These are questions that need to echo through Hard Rock Stadium. Love him or hate him, Beckham still draws attention, media, and even fans. Wherever he lands, it's going to shake up the league and ripple through Miami too. One thing's for sure: when Odell speaks, the NFL listens. And believe it or not, that wasn't even today's biggest bombshell. Hold on tight. Because the quarterback move shaking up this season could change everything for the Dolphins. 3 big shifts, all of them affecting our road ahead. It's the kind of stuff that feels far away until it's suddenly right on your doorstep. Let's start with the name making waves. Drake May, the Patriots rookie, just beat the Buffalo Bills in their own house. Something Miami hasn't done since 2016, and he did it in style. 22 of 30 passes completed, 273 yards, and some backyard ball improvisations that felt like déjà vu from our worst nightmares. He's not Josh Allen, but when you see him slip out of a sack and hit Diggs in traffic, the red flags start flashing. Oh, and by the way, he already beat us in week 2, completing 83% of his passes and tossing 3 touchdowns. This kid isn't a project, he's a problem. The Allen comparisons aren't far off. May's got the frame, the poise, the swagger to stand toe-to-toe with any MVP-level QB. That means our recent dominance over New England is officially under threat. And we'll see him twice a year. But it's not just up north that things are shifting. This week, the Browns and Bengals pulled off a wild QB trade. Joe Flacco, the same vet who's beaten us 6 times, is headed to Cincinnati. Cleveland's rolling with rookie Dillon Gabriel, a more mobile, elusive guy who can expose the exact soft spots in our defense, those short zones we keep leaving wide open. Gabriel's first start? Against the Dolphins, week 7. And while he's not Lamar-level mobile, he moves well enough to make defenses sweat. Unlike Flacco, he extends plays, which forces our coverage to hold longer. If we play soft, we'll be dancing to his rhythm all afternoon. And speaking of Flacco, our defense under Anthony Weaver is built to punish pocket QBs. That could help in Week 16 against Cincy, especially if the D-line collapses the pocket fast. Still, Flacco's seen everything. If the pressure doesn't land, he'll pick apart our coverage like clockwork. These QB shifts might seem minor in the big picture, but for Miami, they change everything: game prep, playbook design, even mindset. That's the difference between walking into a matchup confident or cautious. And while we're processing all that, the next storyline might hit even closer to home. Let's be honest, Dolphins fans sitting at 1-4. There's no miracle fix on the horizon for this defense, especially against the run. No cavalry's coming. We've got to roll with who we've got. Which brings us to a tough question. What do we do with our big-name veterans who might not fit the long-term plan? Bradley Chubb tops that list. After missing all of 2024 with a knee injury, he's back with 4 sacks in 5 games. On paper, that's elite, but dig deeper only. 10 pressures and 103 rush attempts. Outside the league's top 100 in pressure rate, he's finishing plays, but not generating chaos like Yellen Phillips. Now picture this at the trade table. Chubb's still a respected name, a leader, and could easily boost another team's pass rush. The kicker? His contract's manageable. Base salary this year, $1.25 million. Any team trading for him would only owe around $600,000. That's a bargain for a player of his caliber. But the catch is the incentives. If he plays 60% of snaps, he pockets another $1.2 million. Right now, he's on pace for 67%, and with more bonuses for snaps and sacks, the total could balloon to $5 to $7 million by season's end. That's pricey for a short-term rental. Trading him could clear cap space and speed up Miami's 2026 reset. Maybe the return's just a day 3 pick. But it opens the door for younger guys like Chop Robinson to get real reps. Of course, there's risk. If we move Chubb before the defense stabilizes, it screams rebuild. That could tank morale, fan energy, even internal negotiations. But if we hold on, we're potentially overpaying a guy who will be 30 by 2026 and past his peak. This is the kind of decision that reveals whether Miami's front office still believes in a short-term turnaround or is quietly shifting to a longer game. And if recent history tells us anything, patience hasn't exactly been this team's strong suit. So after everything we've seen today, one thing's clear. This season's a stress test for everyone: players, coaches, and us, the fans. Between shocking confessions, rival QBs on the rise, and hard roster calls ahead, what's really at stake is the Dolphins' identity and mental toughness. Are we just watching this unfold, or are we demanding a response? Drop your thoughts below, hit that like, and let's keep pushing this team toward better days.